Meanwhile, Sixers lose last night. Eagles free agency. Dallas Goedert no longer with the Eagles. That was a story I saw on Bleeding Green Nation.
Yeah, it's coming from Jeff McLane's podcast. Obviously, Jeff McLane from The Inquirer. He does the Uncovering the Birds podcast. And he said, I think we may even have the audio of what he said, but they played it this morning. He said an agent talked to him at the Combine who told him Dallas Goedert's not going to be on the Eagles this coming season. And when you look at the contract, you can understand why that could be the case. It's his final year of his deal. He's got no guaranteed money. The Eagles could free up $4 million this year, $18 million next year if they were to trade him post June 1st. And I could see why Goedert would want a new contract. Who wants to play on the final year of a deal? But what do they got if they do it, Mike? What's the alternative?
Well, they got Calcaterra,
which I think he's a fine number 2, but he's not your lead tight end.
You know, there's a pretty good tight ends in the first round. I mean, would they draft a tight end in the first round?
Well, that's the interesting thing. I mean, you always hear they drafted Dallas Goedert when Zach Ertz was actually 2 years younger than what Goedert is now. But when you did that, you had a little bit of a runway. You drafted Goedert, you kept Ertz for a couple of years, and then you finally moved on. If you move on from Goedert now, is there any tight end that would be ready that you would get? Are they really going to use the 32nd pick on a tight end?
I'll bet you that tight end that they would take at 32 could start in the league.
They got your boy from Penn State?
No, he's going to go top 10.
Yeah.
But there's this kid from Bowling Green who's a stud who might be there when they pick. There's a couple of tight ends out there. I saw like 4 first-round quality tight ends.
And as much as they need a tight end, and I know you always take best player available in the draft, I'd like to see them go elsewhere in the first round. If you're telling me the first-round draft pick, you have an opportunity to maybe get a solid edge rusher or a good defensive lineman or even a guy who could eventually start along that offensive line, I think you'd have to go there than on a tight end.
This. Could you get a starter quality offensive lineman at that pick? Starter quality defensive lineman at that pick?
It's
32?
possible. I mean, you got Nolan Smith there, right? They took Nolan Smith with the 31st pick, I believe, or was it 30th? I think there may have been someone lost their first-round pick that year, if I'm not mistaken. But you got Nolan Smith at the end of the draft there, so that's possible. You know, you could get a guy along the offensive line who maybe is raw because you don't need him this season that you could grow into a starter. I don't know, man. The tight end in the first round, when was the last time the Eagles did that?
Tight end in the first round?
Is it Keith Jackson?
Probably. That probably is.
I'm going to look that up.
Jackson. All right, you're listening to WPEN and WPEN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group Station. We're broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. Okay, it is coming up on 12 noon. Happy lunchtime, everybody. And at 12 noon, we do a little something we call the News at Noon. Bang.
There's a whole lot going on in this world. It's time to catch up. Here's the News at Noon. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
All righty, Ray Dunn. Grabbing 3 stories that suffice as our News at Noon, where we either our eyeballs pop out or we have some snarky comments and we go, yeah, that was pretty cool. So let's start off with Barry Bonds coming into the News at Noon, right?
Yeah. Felt good to see Ricky Boat walk in as I was about to do a Barry Bonds story. Felt really fitting for me to do a story of Barry Bonds following that. Barry Bonds went on, I believe it was All the Smoke podcast. They asked him, 100 miles per hour, you able to hit it? And at 60 years old, Barry Bonds, not lacking any confidence.
100? That's easy.
Right now, today.
I don't care how hard you throw a baseball.
They gone.
There ain't no way you can throw a baseball 66. I can't just do like this. If there's a catcher behind home plate that sits like this with a glove, and you throw 100 miles down, he just go like this, boom. All I did was change this object to a bat. Boom, boom. I ain't got to change nothing. I just changed the object.
Right now.
Now, if you're asking me to do something spectacular, that would take time for my body to get used to it at 60.
But just going up there.
But to go up there and hit it,
like
I don't care how hard you throw it.
Yeah.
As long as I can see it, I hit it.
All right. First of all, who does he think he is? Bill Colarulo?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I heard it.
Now, there's two, you got to put this in perspective. Now, if he just came off the street he got in the batter's box, he might be able to foul 100 miles an hour. He's not hitting 100 miles. Hitting 100 miles an hour is driving it somewhere. He's not going to be able to do that off the street. Now, if he took BP for a little bit and he got a little bit of timing down, he might be able to hit a line drive. He's not hitting that out at age 60. He's just not.
No, but he's probably making contact.
He's making – depends on what the contact is. Like, if he's saying that he's going to hit a line drive off 100 miles an hour right out of the chute, I go, liar, liar, pants on fire. You're not doing that. Sorry. I knew you were the greatest hitter ever, but you're not stepping in a batter's box and you're not driving 100 miles an hour. You may hit a few foul balls before you actually drive one, but you're not going to add the chute to it.
But you are talking about one of the best hitters Major League Baseball's ever seen. I don't know.
He's 60 years old. You know what goes? Your hand-eye coordination, your ability to judge speed. And goes.
And his bat speed a little bit. Too,
well, of
right?
course. See, like when he pulled the trigger on 100 in his prime, that's different than pulling the trigger now. You're going to pull the trigger late, which means if you pull the trigger late on 100, you're not hitting it.
And you understood Ray's reference to seeing Ricky Bo.
How many times did Barry touch Ricky Bo?
Well, it wasn't that.
What?
Ricky Bo threw at Barry. Yeah, and Barry charged. Did Barry ever take Ricky yard?
Ricky will tell you that against guys like Barry, he was very good. It was the guys who were not that good that always found a way to get Ricky.
How could he be good against Barry?
Yeah.
What did he do? Did he strike him out?
He definitely threw at him, though.
Where has that back? Can we track Barry Bonds at-bats against Ricky Bottalico? Can we track them?
All right. Head-to-head stats, Barry Bonds against every single pitcher. Let's find Bottalico. Against Ricky Bottalico, he had an 0.91 average.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay, Ricky Bo.
231 on base and a 182 slugging percentage.
Oh, whoa. How many at-bats did he have against Ricky?
13 plate appearances, 11 at-bats, just one singular hit. That one hit was not a home run.
Where's Bottalico? I need to get him on the air about this. I want to know how he pitched him.
All right, we'll grab him.
Because this guy had such a supreme knowledge of the strike zone.
Yeah, just a double.
Yeah,
just
I'll try to grab
That's
him.
all he got off of Ricky Bo.
I'm going to grab him.
After the news at noon, I'll try to grab him.
All right, next, Fred.
All right, next up, Jalen Hurts. Is he a little crazy? I mean, we know we all obviously have fun with some of the drops with him, and
that's the funny thing that makes me chuckle.
But it's 40-6 in the Super Bowl, and he goes up to Nick Sirianni. This is the new mic'd up that came out with the Eagles, their last one of the 2024 season, and he did not want to come out of that Super Bowl.
Hey, it's probably a hold on. Are you sure? We're done? Yeah. Hey, yeah, sure. You sure?
Love you, man.
Late too.
Way to play, baby.
Get that ball back, man. If I had Philly, I'd have let that ride. I know, bro, but I mean, we killing. Huh? I'm saying no.
All right, so
There's a lot going on there. I watched it last night.
yeah, okay. So what's going on there?
So Nick Sirianni made the decision to take the starters out of the game.
Yeah.
And that's Jalen Hurts saying to him, like, are you sure? Are you sure? And then he goes over to, like, kind of complain about it to Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley, saying, like, if it was up to me, we're staying in this game. And Barkley's like, we're up by 30. And Devontae's like, what, do you want to kick them while they're down? Jalen still locked in, man. I want to have a longer conversation about this, but that was wild. Jalen wanted to embarrass the Chiefs.
Well, let's have a little conversation about it, because your guy doesn't like running up the score.
No, I think
you think that's taboo?
Well, I'm going to let Ray say it, because Ray said something to me pre-show, and I think he's spot on, Ray. Go ahead.
Jalen Hurts losing in the Super Bowl 2 years ago has changed him forever. He's got just PTSD from that game.
And what'd you call it?
10 at halftime has turned him into a new person.
Yeah, what did you call it, though?
What did I call it? I say a lot of things before the show.
You said this was Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yes, his Joker origin moment.
His Joker origin moment.
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty.
I think he's spot on.
Pretty erudite.
Because even Jalen mentioned it the night before the Super Bowl. That last one changed my soul. Remember he said that? That changed my soul.
do.
So he wanted to eat them alive. He wanted to bust them up.
Yes.
Big time. Well, he already busted them up, though.
And
the sane minds took over there.
You know what? The whole Joker comparison.
Pretty good.
Why so serious? All that,
Yeah,
Ray.
pretty good.
This works.
Thank you.
It's not bad.
All right, last one for you. We'll go into the world of movies, the Transformer movies, to be specific. I don't know if you guys saw this online, but a 49ers fan celebrating his 10th birthday down at Universal Studios wanted to take a picture in front of Megatron.
Oh, I saw this. This is great.
And Megatron might have ruined his birthday.
Double digits, huh? Good, happy birthday. Maybe you will grow to be a winner, unlike the 49ers. Yeah! Yeah, the Eagles got it done, but you didn't. Happy 10th birthday, young man.
Oh, well, all right, where?
The 49ers got it done.
Yes. No, the Eagles,
got it done. Your 49ers didn't.
Mike, you got to see the video. It's literally a robot. It's literally a transformer standing there, this big, robot, and you can come up and take pictures with him, and he can talk. And he takes a shot because the dad's wearing a 49ers shirt. It's a great video.
Who's the voice? What is it?
It's an animated. No, it's like a big animated interactive Megatron.
It's programmed to say something?
I'm sure there's someone in the back.
Yeah, there's probably someone in the back with a mic.
Oh, okay.
Like, you ever been to, what's the place down the shore to have the talking Christmas tree? You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking
Somebody
about.
knows. Smithville, I think.
Where is that?
Oh, Smithville. I've been to Smithville.
Smithville. They got the talking Christmas tree. You go up to it and it starts talking to you. There's somebody in the back with the mic. It's the same thing as Optimus Prime or Megatron, whoever that was.
Yeah, I'm lost on all these terms. All right. That'll do it for the news at noon. But we have more sound, Ray, because on the other side, I want to play a couple of things. And one of them is Draymond Green, who's like, Draymond needs to get, I don't know, he needs to get smacked. I think he needs to take a beating, somewhere along the line. He needs.
He should have backpedaled on what he said, and he didn't.
And this it's a larger conversation, because if anybody in the media would have done this, they would have been excoriated. But shows you that just these podcasts with these athletes, they can say anything they want and not be held accountable for anything. I'm just curious to know. On one hand, it's entertaining. On the other hand, I'm curious to know whether people think it's out of line. 610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Hey, everybody, it's Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you can engage during the show, and you're not going to want to miss all the content that we post. It's not only the live videos. It's videos after the fact. It's our shorts. It's all the content you want as a Philadelphia sports fan. Looking forward to connecting.